Hey everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 11. I'm Bill. We're loaded up in the Just Flight Arrow. I'm going to call it a Cherokee because the livery is from the Archer that I fly, so don't be confused by that. Vulcan has seemingly broken the GPS, so we don't have the 750 at the moment. I do have the SciTech radio panel here, so I can at least see what frequencies we're using. And we're going to go out to French Valley in preparation for the fly-in this Saturday. And I'm going to test out a route for a potential cross-country that I'm going to try to make out of the flight on Saturday. So French Valley, down to Fallbrook. We're going to check out the Raven Simulations updated Fallbrook. It looks awesome. And then fly out to Torrance, back to John Wayne.
10 to the north-northwest.
That should be
3,500.
That should
inbound
be
full stop Sierra.
Live is better. Live is better.
2128 Romeo Fullerton Tower. Enter right base. Runway
so let's
24.
call up
Report turning final.
Tower and get the hell out of here.
Enter right base for 24. Report turning final. 2128 Romeo.
Johnny Tower, good evening. Cherokee 83364, holding short 20 right at Kilo.
Number 83364, John Wayne Tower. Good evening. Runway 20 at Kilo. Cleared for takeoff.
20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff. Cherokee 83364. Lights.
Chino Tower, Centurion 90273, Tango, clear of runway.
Tony, there's always something fun going on here.
Planes. I'm just going to disconnect.
Number 90273,
Okay,
Tango
clear
Taxi,
to
Alpha
the
parking
left.
frequency. Good day.
Clear to the right. And we're going to go full back pressure as we go over the crease here. And hope that this thing is trimmed out correctly. Nose wheel's still going for it. God, that gear takes forever. Let's start our turn now. We would have gotten a early turnout approved. Pretend that we got that. This thing
Number 83364, radar contact, say altitude.
climbing through 600, Cherokee 83364.
Alright, 83364, thanks for contact. SoCal departure. Have a good one.
SoCal departure, Cherokee 83364. See ya.
See you later.
Yeah, this thing definitely climbs better than the little tiny Cherokee. SoCal approach, good evening, Cherokee 83364, 1,200, restricted 3,000.
Cherokee 3364, SoCal approach. Can't to restriction, resume on that.
ONAV and altitude, Cherokee 83364, good evening.
Good evening.
Trim this dude out, we can pull back. Not that much. Oh yeah, that's right, like the actual key bindings for the prop took out a little finesse on that, so it just like cranks it back. Yeah, there's some goofs with Vulcan for sure. I was very hesitant to do that, and I held off until after Sim Venture, and it is, I don't know, I can't really say that I've noticed much of an improvement. I did move the world objects up, and the frame rate seems to be fine still, so for whatever that's worth, it seems to be running fine, but it is frustrating when little things break. But that's the world we live in with flight simulators, unfortunately. But fortunately, needs a transparent road mod. Yeah, I've looked at that. It's actually, I don't mind the roads. But around here, it would be kind of nice because it's zoom level 18. Yeah. So the convenient thing about this departure is that the 080 heading basically takes you directly to French Valley. I mean, I haven't moved an inch, and we're just going straight there. But yeah, so are you going to Fallbrook first on Saturday? No, I'm going to French Valley first, high wing, and then leaving there, just depart straight out, head up Fallbrook, and then come back. That is could potentially change. I think French Valley Torrance might actually be enough. I haven't really looked through it too much, the different permutations. Another option is Fallbrook Fullerton? I don't know if Fallbrook Fullerton fits. I haven't tested that one out. Because it would be nice to go to Fallbrook, because I like that runway so much. But I also don't want to make it excessively long of a flight. So I don't know. I don't want to look it up now, but I have a feeling Fallbrook.
Just 9er348 Foxtrot, SoCal approach.
Yeah, Long Beach would work too.
Catalina, altimeter 29.
Bro, have a great night. Ciao, ciao. Ci vediamo a dopo.
Cessna 48 Foxtrot, roger, maintain.
Murica Bologna. Did I get that right? Happy Tuesday. Welcome aboard. Thank you very much for the follow.
Contact Yuma approach 125.55.
Okay, we're going to go 35.4 is next up.
Cessna 364 Romeo Mike, Los Angeles Center.
Yeah, Long Beach, but I wanted to do an airport I haven't been to, and I hadn't been to Torrance.
This is 364 Romeo Mike.
I made this account a while back, so disregard the name. But I am the Pomona dude. What's up, Pomona dude? We were just talking about you as the catalyst for the what would make a cross-country flight instead of just going John Wayne to French Valley to try to piece together. Oh, I went up a little bit too far. I went up a little bit too far there. Yeah, so we're gonna try to piece together what a good, like a nice tight cross country would be. I mean, maybe I do want to go to Fallbrook. I've been to that airport before. Torrance I hadn't been to. So maybe some combination of Fallbrook and some other place I haven't been to. Like Chino. I haven't landed at Chino yet. So that actually could be in Riverside. Chino and Riverside I have not been to, but I don't think Fallbrook and Chino is a cross country. So that makes it a little bit tough. I heard it, but I realized I wasn't logged in. No, it's all good, man. That's awesome. Yeah, Chino does smell pretty bad. We'll figure it out, and if it's on this flight or not, we'll figure it out before Saturday for sure. LAX could be a cross country. Yeah, that would work. Arnold, thanks. Once we land at Fallbrook, we'll full stop at Fallbrook, and we'll see that. I mean, that's kind of where we're hoping to go. So Fallbrook, and I am happy to not go to Fallbrook as well, to tighten it up and maybe go French Valley Torrance. some combination of that, I think, will be fine. And this is an example of wanting the cross country time, but not wanting to go too far unnecessarily. Tried going to SFO last week, and they told me it was $260 for a landing and parking. Hilarious. Like, yeah, how about no, San Francisco? Would you be willing to head over to Avalon? Been to Avalon, and no, I don't know if I'm able to take this rental plane out there. Yeah, I'd want... Catalina is the one that doesn't have to be a cross-country. I'd go there just for the hell of it. Because that's a pretty expensive lunch anyway. Is Tito's in that class? Costco vodka. My plan was to go to your meet and then go to Catalina afterwards for a late lunch. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. And it will be probably a lot cooler at Catalina as well. Far is relative. Just get there slowly on the tight cross-country trim for slow flight. Yeah, so that's what I want to... That's why I'm... Like, if there's a 52-mile option, I will take that rather than the 65-mile option. I don't want to go in this plane. In the 172 is different. That one, yeah, I'll put flaps 10 down, and Q and I will cruise to Monterey in slow flight. Yeah. It's the best deal ever. $13 for a handle of vodka, and it's really good vodka. We're doing Archer speeds right now.
No 48 Foxtrot, Catalina, 12 o'clock and 10 miles.
Thin bar livery. I forgot that.
Scott 48 Foxtrot, right? You said you cancel in 5 miles, right?
Actually, that'd be more like 2 or 3. We'll
yeah, lack of avionics.
118.425.
And cost.
Cherokee 364, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
35.4, Cherokee 364. Thanks. They do have autopilot. Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, not all of them, but some of them do. I would say probably in the trainer world, it's a little bit rarer. But the bigger you get, the more likely it's going to have autopilot. SoCal approach. Good evening, Cherokee 83364 5500.
Cherokee 3364, SoCal approach, March altimeter 2989.
2989er Cherokee 364, thanks.
That's the Delta, 934 Foxtrot, to cancel IFI.
Sky 48 Foxtrot, IFO cancellation received, 0327 Zulu. Radar service terminated, squawk and maintain VFR. Frequency change approved, have a nice day.
I'll squawk and maintain VFR.
Very excited.
Approved. And just before we go, can you give us the distance to the airport?
Number 48 Foxtrot, I'm sorry, you tailed off at the end there, say again.
Yeah, the single axis ones are
distance to the airport.
pretty useless.
Number 48 Foxtrot, 7 miles from...
This one actually has a single axis on it, but it's mimicked a 2-axis? Yeah, it's mimicking that with the altitude hold. So it doesn't, I guess it really doesn't, it's not mimicking a 2-axis, or 3-axis. It is just holding the altitude. There's some drama going on in the other room. Holy crap. This has been a very dramatic week in in my personal life. So I am, needless to say, I am very excited for some, not really mindless, but just some airplane talk. Some nerdy, ridiculous airplane talk. My goodness. This is such pretty scenery out here. It's going to be hot as frick, but I like the terrain out here. I don't want to say more than the coast, because the coast is definitely the prettiest. But coming out here is pretty cool as well. I like the varied terrain.
169, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
128.1, marker 169.
This is Lake Elsinore right here.
SoCal approach, marker 169, 8,000.
Welcome 169, SoCal approach, John Wayne, altimeter 2986.
86, marker 169.
He's probably happy. We'll get him out. It's apparently a 3-inch long cockroach in the cover. Okay. Let's do super zoom eyeballs. There's French Valley. It's a little bit, sometimes it can be tough to spot French Valley from back here with the naked eye. The visibility looks to be okay here. Obviously we have super zoom. It hides behind these hills, and sometimes it's kind of hard to see which set of hills it's hiding behind. But we've got it in sight there. We're aimed straight for it. So I'm going to need to get the CTAF, which is 22.8. 22.8. How long can this plane stay in the air without needing more fuel? Roughly, I would say about 5 hours is roughly if you maxed out the fuel. That's kind of the rough range that most of these small planes will get range-wise. Yeah, hides IRL. Yeah, it's like, because everything is, it's kind of hard to tell from here, but there's it's a lot of gray and browns, so it can kind of hide. You're probably going to only spot the hangars at first. And you can see those from a lot further than you can the actual runway. The airport itself. I'm up high here. This wouldn't be like a realistic top of descent. We're gonna have to like dive bomb a little bit. SoCal approach, Cherokee 83364. We have French Valley in sight.
Cherokee 83364, roger, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, change to advisory frequency approved, have a good day.
Squawk and VFR, changing to advisory frequencies, Cherokee 83364, talk to you soon.
Take care, man.
Okay, we're going to go to that, and we're going to switch to CTAF. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364, 10 miles to the west. I'm going to cross over midfield, enter left downwind, runway 18 to French Valley. Head in the clouds. Are you having a good Tuesday, man? I want to say it's 2300 pattern altitude. Yeah, 2300 pattern altitude. So I want to ideally cross over the midfield at 2300. So this is why we left it too late. You kind of want to start descending right at the edge of the mountains, like right when you're getting into the valley. And I clearly didn't do that. So far, so good. Nice, man. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you have decided to spend some of it with us. I appreciate that. nice, healthy descent rate. Probably not going to make the 2300 by the time we hit, but we'll try. French flight traffic, Cherokee 83364, 5 miles to the west, crossing over midfield, 2,300, entering left downwind 18, French Valley. Want to do a spot landing? Yeah, I can do a spot landing. No, what I was taught and what I've always done is enter the pattern at pattern altitude. Because if you're crossing over at 500 feet above pattern altitude, you could be descending into somebody on the downwind and not see them. So you want to be, again, what I am just parroting what I was taught, is that within a couple of miles, within a mile or two of the airport, you want to be at pattern altitude, especially at, and maybe even exclusively at, an uncontrolled airport, for that reason, to not be descending into anybody. And around here, you've got a relatively, not at French Valley specifically, but just in SoCal in general, you've got a relatively high probability of somebody not on the radios. So I don't know if I don't spot somebody and I make that turn onto the downwind and descend into the downwind, I could be descending onto somebody that's entering that I just didn't see. So that being said, I'm going to still be a couple hundred feet above pattern altitude as I do enter the downwind here. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364, crossing over midfield, 2,300, entering left downwind 18, French Valley. So let's go gear. I'm going to bring the gear down here. Make sure I'm coming up. Prop is going to be full forward because we're going to need the power on this thing. Bit. Hold this heading for a minute. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364, left downwind runway 18. Touch and go, French Valley. Old Gaming Dad, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for following. I'll have to read that in a second, Ryan. Altitude-wise, yeah, that's a little bit less rep pack, way too high. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364, final runway 18, touch and go, straight out departure, French Valley. Make that full stop, taxi back, French Valley. That seems like it's trimmed out, but it's hard to tell with this plane sometimes. It sometimes will just be like, oh no, that for that power setting, no, you're gonna want a lot more trim. And then there's my little indent. Oh, come on. Make the high speed guy. We're gonna cook the brakes and make this awkward reverse high-speed thing. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364, taxi back runway 18, straight out departure, French Valley. And that is the strobe. And there is the restaurant, which we're going to be baking at on Saturday. I am new to your YouTube videos. Awesome, man. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you for joining live, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. So are you real-world pilot, sim pilot, both? Some combination in there? If you're not, doing a teardrop, then I get direct entry into downwind at 2300 here. I was thinking right 270 to enter the downwind and descend into the turn. Oh, okay. Even then, Ryan, I mean, if you're starting high, I guess, like if you're, and I like, either you misjudge your descent and you're way too high. I would probably want to like overshoot, descend, and then come back in. But still, again, what I've been taught is if there's like a mile or two ring around the airport, just be at pattern altitude by that time to avoid any, avoid coming on top of somebody is basically what you're just trying to avoid. Simmed years ago, but Sim 2020 has me hyped. Awesome, man. Yeah, I'm very excited for everybody, the renewed interest. Vante 649, thank you very much for following. Welcome aboard. But yeah, I'm very excited for the renewed interest in flight sims in particular, but just aviation in general too. Is very cool. So thank you for joining here. Yeah, this is French Valley, Maria. Welcome to French Valley. And it's right inside of the beacon. It's very interesting camera location. And this is where we're going to be parking right here. We'll do all this on Thursday for the fly-in, but yeah, this is all the transient right here. A couple spots over there as well. And this is the restaurant. Restaurant terminal is kind of all one thing. There's like a nice big terminal area in here, so we might be able to eat in that terminal area, stay cool, hide under Noel's 172 wing out there. There's a patio, so we'll just play that by ear, but this is the spot. It's a cool airport. It's just going to be molten. Already signed up for PilotEdge? Sweet, man. Yeah, it's going to be pretty rad. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364 departing runway 18 straight out departure, French Valley. And then 2305 is Fallbrook. So Fallbrook is my favorite runway in SoCal. Very, very excited to check out Raven's new version of it. Yeah, this airport is the GPB 500 airport. That is what I was YouTube when you popped. Oh, okay. So you were searching for PilotEdge and you tripped over probably many of my videos because they're all PilotEdge. Well, awesome, man. I'm glad you're able to find us live. That's awesome. YouTube comments don't always... Hey, a little left rudder on the takeout roll? That seems weird. Yeah, YouTube comments, fine. But, yeah, the chatting live is definitely my favorite. There. Okay, Fallbrook. So Fallbrook is my favorite runway in SoCal, which is there's a distinction between that and my favorite airport in SoCal. This runway is the trickiest. The trickiest in SoCal, not including weather conditions. If you take weather conditions, like just the actual runway itself, this is the trickiest runway. French Valley traffic, Cherokee 83364, 5 mile upwind, runway 18, straight out, last call, French Valley. And then we're immediately into the next call because these airports are very close. Yeah, the runway at Catalina is easy. And really the only difficulties with Catalina is the updrafts and the potential weather. Cloud layers, but mainly the up and down drafts. The actual runway at Fallbrook is the most sloped, the narrowest. I mean, it's just got like this crown to it. It's super crazy. Catalina is, the actual runway itself is straightforward. You just have some hazards getting out there with the water, traversing the ocean there. But the actual airport runway itself really isn't that bad. And if you come in, if you've got something that lands really short, you can come in really high and just dump it in and not worry about any of the downdrafts on final if you keep it high enough. So that you don't really have the option on this airport because it's a shorter runway. It's not like terribly short, but it's just the actual cross section of the airport, of the runway itself is pretty wild. Let's see, what is the actual length? So the length is 2,100. It is, now that I think about it, it is pretty short, but it's the cross section that's really pretty crazy. And it's hidden. It's hidden. There's nothing there, so there's not a whole lot of reason to go to Fallbrook except the challenge of this runway. And before Raven got his hands on it, it was like just totally flat. It was essentially worthless as a scenery. But now it's pretty crazy. It's pretty well done. Yeah, the first time I flew to it was in the simulator, and it was very flat, and it gave me a very wrong misconception of what the airport was going to be like when we finally got there. And then when we got there, I was of course under the hood and then had emergency descent right over the airport, so I didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare myself. And once we got to the runway, it was like, holy crap, this is crazy. Just a total sheer cliff face. So the biggest hazard with this is that with the short runway, 2,100 feet, there's you can't let it float, and the front end of the approach side of the runway is a cliff. Closer than Catalina, not as high or steep as Catalina, but in terms of hitting your spot, there's a lot less leeway. Catalina probably has, 50 feet, maybe more, from the cliff face to the actual runway surface. This might be 15 feet, 10, 15 feet before the runway actually starts. So there's no, I landed short on the grass and, rolled up. Fallback traffic, Cherokee 83364, 5 miles straight in, runway 18, Fallbrook. Catalina's hump in the runway is very misleading. Yeah, it's misleading, but ultimately it's still much longer than it appears. This is also misleading and still really short. I would actually be interested to see how far out that, I know that it's in the NOTAM somewhere, but or not NOTAM, but in the airport information, what the actual distance is of that hump, because I bet you the distance of that hump is about what Fallbrook is, and Fallbrook has its own hump. Here we go. Yeah, so you can see that Raven darkened the trees, added more of them, and you can just see here. Look at that from this vantage point. It's just, you can see that shadow with the approach in there. It is just right on the edge of the runway. So you really have to land it.
1 mile final runway 18.
Fallback traffic, Cherokee 83364, 1 mile final runway at 18. Full stop. Fallbrook.
500.
Yeah, Simed, do you remember that one? Yeah, we went there twice. We went in the 172, and then we went in the Bonanza and did a low approach, high-speed low approach, which was pretty fun. Yeah, I can't. Well, I mean, luckily I've built this thing up to be, hey, this is really tricky, and not like, oh, this is the easiest runway to land on in SoCal and then crash. So at least I've built it up as being difficult. Yeah, excellently placed trees around the little pond there. Beautiful. Oh yeah, this is Fallbrook. This is Fallbrook. Raven, well done, man. Yeah, so you have there's no fudging this. This is, you got to be on your spot, man. Look at that. Oh, well done. Got a little transient parking here on the left. Awesome. And then it just kind of falls off at the end there. There's some tweaking that will be needed for the end of the runway there, but dude, that feels like frickin' Fallbrook, man. Yeah, and the scenery is free. That is true. Join the Discord if you want this scenery for free, or just go to ravensimulations.com. Yeah, I forgot that you had the website now. That is awesome, man. Fallbrook traffic, Cherokee 83364, taxi back 18 Fallbrook. Yeah, wow. That approach feels so much different than when it was just totally flat. It really does a great job of showing how intimidating that can look. You've got the short runway, it's narrow, it's got that cliff face right out there. I mean, it's a super challenge to get in here, which is why it's so sad that it's misrepresented as badly as it is, because I think this airport would be a really fun base of operations for PilotEdge. It's untowered. It'd be easy to kind of get used to. You can have some fun with fly-ins and, just having some bigger planes come in here, like some twins, and it's super sketchy, man. I mean, look at that approach, and you can see, because of the sheerness of that cliff there. This is not quite as much of a sheer drop off as it is in real life, but the shadow on that ortho makes it feel like it really is as sheer. So Raven, that's actually not a bad idea. Is to edit. You could edit this ortho tile to make that even darker, and give like the illusion that it's a more sheer cliff face. But yeah, this is and you should join the Discord though. But yeah, dude, that is just freaking awesome, man. Whoops. Yeah, that approach, like from right here, that really gives you a feeling of, how Catalina-ish it is, or Catalina-esque it is, but also you have no margin for error right there. And that is crazy. That's super, super crazy. I love it. Yeah, that's really good, man. Well done. Well done, Raven. I freaking love it. Okay, so now we just need to do a little light planning here. We're going to go and find a 50-mile airport from Fallbrook. So L18 is Fallbrook. And what were the options that we were talking about? We've got Chino. So Chino would be a good one. I haven't been there. That's 42, so that will not work. We know Pomona will work. I guess I could use the ruler too. Let's do Long Beach will work. Long Beach is no problem. What was the other one I wanted to do Fullerton. Will Fullerton work? I don't think Fullerton will work. Oh yeah, Fullerton is just outside. 2 miles short. 1.7 miles short. What are the main differences between PilotEdge and VATSIM? That is a very tough question to ask because the main difference is that PilotEdge you pay for and VATSIM you don't. That's the main difference. The secondary main differences are PilotEdge has guaranteed coverage, VATSIM does not. Third main difference is PilotEdge has a specific region which it focuses on more thoroughly. VATSIM has the entire world, which is focused on varying degrees depending on who's controlling it. Those are the big differences. Also, the scenery gets rid of Lake Corona. Yes, Lake Corona is no more. Torrance is how far is Torrance? 60. So Torrance is 60. That's not bad. And what was Long Beach? 53. So the tightest cross country would be Long Beach. And then we also have Pomona, which I haven't been to, and that's 52. But the problem with that 52 is that it's further from John Wayne. So that's roughly 26 miles, call it, versus overflying John Wayne. And, that's 25. It's not bad. Let's go to Torrance and overfly John Wayne. So that might be our answer. And we're going to go KTOA. And make sure we do not fly into any restricted space. Let's go. Fallbrook traffic, Cherokee 83364 departing runway 18 left, downwind departure to the north, Fallbrook. Yeah, it's just really tough. I mean, Raven did an absolutely amazing job of capturing the feel of this airport, but there's a lot of really subtle elevation changes that are just difficult with with the tools available for updating. Yeah, you can't dawdle on the throttle either. Dawdle on the throttle. Slow ass gear coming up. We're gonna wait for the water tower. That's too much on the top. I want to just pull it back a little bit. Fly the upwind until we're abeam the water tower. This is a great view. sorry. There's a beam in the water tower. How much does flying on a sim actually help when you're flying IRL? It helps me a lot, actually, because it helps me visualize. And I grew up an athlete. I was a basketball player, and I really liked the visualization process. Imagining, visualizing the game, shooting free throws, just plays, doing all that stuff. So this is really like a really elaborate visualization technique. Fallbrook traffic, Cherokee 83364, left downwind, runway 18 departing to the north, Fallbrook. But it's like on steroids because you add in all of the procedural elements that I would normally do in the real world. So everything from departing my home airport, in almost verbatim how I normally would, down to the phraseology, everything is exactly the same, and going through mental checklists. I don't really use a checklist in the sim because I did when I first started out. It's tedious at this point. I just enjoy just not having a checklist basically, and forgetting something here and there. But going through the flow, and these trainers especially having a checklist is really good for backup, but you should be able to do everything. There's nothing that can't be done from memorization. Honestly, it's just a flow. It's door to floor, floor to door, check everything, and that's it. So from just the where the buttons are, pressing them, hitting the switch thing, it's everything's where it should be for the most part, and I can go through all of the motions just like I normally would, and navigation is exactly the same. Radio communication is exactly the same. It's all the same. The feel is totally different. By that I mean completely void of. The mindset must be appropriate. When I work with a student pilot, I don't let them not go through checklists, but for bill selling it's different. Memory to execute, sure. Checklist to verify. And it helps bolster. I use a checklist in the plane, in the real plane, but it bolsters what you're actually doing. So if I don't have a checklist, or if my memory, if I'm flying 2 to 3 times a week in the simulator and hammering all of that stuff into my brain, it's better than the once a week, once every other week flight or something. You can get the memorization stuff up to speed much quicker using the simulator as that training tool. So instead of watching a M0A video on how to do a short field landing, read about it once and then go practice it in the sim, not getting hung up on the actual performance, but memorizing the rhythm of it. That's probably a bad example, but it's muscle memory basically. Using a G1000 was second nature to me the first time I was in a 172, due to using it so many hours in the sim. Yeah, using the certain avionics packages, like when the 750, when that's working, that's very similar in UI to the GPS that I use in the real world. So training on this in the simulator, I hop into the real plane, and it's like I've been using it forever. It's crazy. How quickly should I get my written done? Focus pretty heavily on that in the beginning. SimEdge, honestly, I waited until I knew that I would be able to finish everything within 2 years, because I was not in a rush. So I held off on my written until I was relatively far down the line, and then I knocked it out. What Tony said is obviously 100% true, in that the knowledge will help you out when you're first starting out. So depending on your situation, if you know for sure, like, you know, your program, or you just know that your schedule is going to allow you to get your private done within a certain amount of time, then yeah, get it done. For me, I didn't know when it was gonna, like, how long it was gonna take, so I just said, you know, I'm not gonna add worrying about you know, my 2 years running out, because if I had done my written when I first started, I would have had to do it again. But everybody's situation is different, of course. How am I doing altitude wise? Am I going to run into 65? No, we're good. Good to go. Let's do 28. That's the easy memorization for SoCal in this area, but let's try it. Let's see if 24.1, if they'll answer it with 24.1. I mean, they should. All the frequencies are modeled, but let's see if he makes me.
Yeah, this is 901 to Victor, just depart out of Monte on the simulator, defeat 2,500.
I worry about when I'll be able to get done with my work schedule and weather and the weather.
6222 and I then 901 to Victor.
Yeah, it's gonna come up pretty soon, man.
What aircraft are you?
We are SR-20 Turbo.
SoCal approach, good evening, Cherokee 83364, 6500.
Cherokee 83364, SoCal approach, squawk 614 tree, I-9.
6143, Cherokee 364.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Victor, verify
Throw
squawk
flash,
6222, 6222.
622, correction, 901 to Victor.
Cherokee 83364, radar contact 6600, about 25 miles east of John Wayne. John Wayne, altimeter 2988.
2988, and SoCal would like to get flight following to Torrance at 6500, Cherokee 83364.
Cherokee 364, roger. Cirrus 1 Juliet Victor, radar contact 2600, 4 east of El Monte, Ontario, altimeter 2989.
2989er, and that's us. And we're looking to the island, flex approach VFR in Ticino.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Victor, roger, resume on navigation and on course. Climb and maintain VFR.
Yeah.
4000.
I mean, the further you get, the more that knowledge will come into handy. So, you know, your first, I mean, completely depending on your, completely depending on a number of factors, but the first 10 to 20 hours could just be learning how to handle the plane and landing.
Cirrus 1 Juliet Victor,
So, you know, you can knock out the first,
Heading 100, 901 Victor.
you know, 15 to 20 hours, and as you're working on your cross-country stuff, take the test. And that, you know, that might, you know, like, as soon as you solo, you know, just tell yourself, whenever you solo, that's when you're going to start, like, cramming for the test. But Brad also will tell you that just
Santa Barbara,
pass it, get a 71,
Juliet at the south
move on.
ramp, ready for taxi.
It's, yeah.
Cirrus 255 Bravo,
Not a huge proponent of the
25,
written
taxi via
test.
Bravo Alpha Golf.
Taxi via Bravo, Alpha Golf, runway 25, 5 Bravo Juliet.
Number 1, Juliet Victor, 8 is Papa's current at Chino, altimeter.
Yeah, and Brad would say that you're giving a point away too. You only need a 70. That's Brad.
Cheers, 1 Juliet Victor, radar contact.
Or, you bastard. That was gonna be money. That was gonna be money, though. Freaking ruined it. He told me before he was even my CFI. He told me before he became my CFI that what he likes to do with students is on their like really good approaches, he'll tell them to go around. So I knew that before. Overzone, thank you so much for the subscription. 3 months. That is very kind of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday. But yeah, so the very first flight Brad and I did was actually out to Catalina, just for fun. I was still flying the Piper with my old instructor. But he told me at one point, he's like, yeah, one of my favorite things to do is when a student has a really good
169, perfect clear, clear to
landing,
Airport, fly heading 8110.
Has a really good landing,
then the Burbank Papa 21 tech route,
or approach,
maintain 4,000,
he'll call for a go around.
5 minutes after departure frequency 1.
So I always knew that, and as soon as I felt like I was having a really good approach, I'd be ready to go around. And I caught him twice, I believe, that I knew he was going to say go around. And he did, and I just was already like putting in the below, we're headed to Torrance.
Expect 9 and 5, departure on 134.2, squawk 3760, Walker 169.
Walker 169,
you bastard, that was going to be money!
And that was not money. We're gonna non-rep pack this thing. Full manifold pressure. Okay, so thinking about this, we leave French Valley.
Epic 171 Golf,
we do a touch and go at Fallbrook. And then we go to Torrance for a touch and go back to John Wayne. Is that the best way to do it? It's a way to do it. The other option is also do a touch and go at Fallbrook, go to Pomona, which is another airport I have not been to yet, and then come back down. It's going to be hotter out that's true. It's going to be hotter going out to Pomona. Okay, so scratch that idea. Is French Valley Torrance cross country? And I think the answer is going to be yes on that one. Is that 50? Oh yeah. French Valley Torrance is 63 miles. So I could actually cut out Fallbrook. We'll save Fallbrook for another time.
John 1 Tower, King Air 70, King from Holy Shore, runway 20 right, Alina, ready for the pressure.
To Torrance.
King Air 70, uniform, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, line up the way.
I think that might be our
20 right, line up the way, King Air 70, Epic 18 Golf, contact SoCal departure, have a nice
keeps
flight.
us in the cooler air. I'm going to take off from French Valley and go straight back home, where it's going to get progressively hotter. At least you're in a 172, right, below? So you can just pop the windows the whole time. That's so lucky.
So departure, good evening. Epic 171 Golf is 900 for 5,000.
Epic 171 Golf, SoCal departure, rate of contact, climb and maintain 7,000.
Don't really fly over this area this high.
Set to
Too
402, exit left or right, taxi to parking, remain as restricted. Have a nice day.
Yeah, get up there nice and high.
San Luis County System 52402, say again.
Yeah, look at that.
Set to 402, taxi left or right on
That
Echo,
Ortho looks
taxi to parking,
awesome.
remain as restricted. Have a nice day.
I'm really bad at approach. I misjudge
left or right
how
on
much
Echo,
altitude I
taxi
should be
to,
at
right
and
before.
have to either almost nosedive or pull up more. I'm also bad at speed management. What type of plane are you having trouble in primarily? Because I might have
King 70 Echo uniform, fly runway heading, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff. Runway heading 20 right, clear for
It'll
takeoff.
depend on how I word this. What comment I have.
Epic 1 Echo, clear direct passive, climb, maintain 13000.
Direct passive, climb maintain 13,000. Epic 171 Golf.
It's the approach end. It's really all of them. Well, what are you flying primarily? Because if it's like 737, I'll have one comment. If it's a 172, I'll have another comment. H16 Bravo 22 Hotel.
Ground, FedEx 750.
Did I? They probably spell something cool that I'm just butchering. Do you mainly use ground speed and indicated airspeed? What is true airspeed used for? I do. I don't ever really think about true airspeed.
Squawk 4124.
I use ground speed. I'm just not going that high to worry about true airspeed. Homie, what'd you do yesterday, man? So that's part of it.
FedEx 756, read back correct.
Yeah. You fly the Boeing 737? Yeah, so that's partially why. What? Yeah, that, if you're flying the jet, flying the 737, you're doing a lot of extra stuff in there that you would have thousands of hours of experience before having to do flight planning and descents and top of descent calculations, ATC, SIDS, stars, all that stuff. That would help you with your approach. So I flew right seat in a King Air. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, King Airs are super badass. What would you use true airspeed for that ground speed and indicated wouldn't give you? Yeah, you use, for like your nav logs and stuff, you use ground speed to calculate out fuel and distance and all that stuff, because you're measuring the distance from the ground. This is partially because I'm just not there yet, but I think true airspeed becomes more important when you're flying higher, because that's when you're going to notice the bigger discrepancy between your indicated airspeed, your ground speed, and your true airspeed. So if you're up super high when the air is really thin and super cold, you could be showing like indicated airspeed that's a lot lower than what your true airspeed is. Just because there's not the air isn't dense enough to really register on your instrumentation how fast you're truly going. If you have ground speed,
stand above departure 120.55. Have a nice flight.
That's going to show a much higher number.
Have a good night.
True airspeed plus wind equals ground speed.
That's King Air Center uniform. We're flying whiskey, enable direct passage, but
right.
we can do direct ocean side.
Yeah, sounds right.
King 7 direct uniform, roger. You had accepted passive in the room.
Top of descent, top of climb is calculated by, you take your descent rate, which you can find, you can pick one, some POHs have one, and then you just back that off based on your altitude. So if you find that it's going to take you 18 minutes to descend from your altitude, you just back up how long it takes you to cover 18 minutes for whatever airspeed you're going. So if you're going to descend at 100 knots and you're descending for 18 minutes, Mad Dog, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Then you just back up to find out how much distance you cover in 18 minutes going 100 knots.
Departure, this is 0255
and you just back up whatever that number is. Let's say it's 30 nautical miles. You just mark on the
just so you know,
sectional in your nav log.
Your altitude was restricted at or below 1,500.
You mark
to
down
verify your altitude is above 1,500.
Okay, yeah, so my altitude is 2,000.
Yeah, and the reverse for
5 Bravo Julia, roger, say intentions. You want to come back to the field and try it again?
Okay, so what was the mistake again? I'm sorry.
Sure, no problem. The clearance, the departure instructions was runway heading at or below 1,500. When you get checked in with the radar controller, which would be me right now, they would tell you to cancel altitude restriction or provide any additional clearances.
Understood. My mistake. Roger. 5 Bravo Julia going back.
Number 5 Bravo Julia, I'm sorry, say again. Did you want to return back to Santa Barbara?
Yeah, I'll return back to Santa Barbara.
You got it, my friend. Number 5 Bravo Julia, turn left, direct Santa Barbara.
Destination ATIS is 125.6.
Tower 119.7. Remember, 5 Bravo Julia, towers 119.7.
Contact tower 5 Bravo Julia.
Hotel 16. This would be a great resource for you as well. There's a bunch of CFIs in there, so if you're, and it sounds like you're truly into it, which is awesome. Definitely check that out.
Cherokee 364, just verify you're going to Torrance.
Yeah, affirmative. Cherokee 88364. We've got information whiskey. Is it possible to start a descent now?
Cherokee 364, of course. Just be advised, you have traffic alert traffic at your about 1 o'clock on a mile. Seems to be converging 6,500 via point type on.
All right, we'll be looking out for that traffic, and I'll start expedite the descent right now. Cherokee 83364.
Cherokee 364, yeah, that's, the traffic right now is off your nose, about a mile, half a mile to the left.
Whoa. Still looking, Cherokee 364. Oh, we got him inside. It looks like he's passing behind us, Cherokee 364.
Cherokee 364, that checks. Yeah, he should be notified now.
Okay. Which one of these shows your altitude? Altitude is right.
Contact Los Angeles Center 128.6. 128.6 here, Center uniform.
Yeah, there's a reason why you don't just jump into a 737 in the real world. You know, there's a lot of concepts that need to just be hammered into your brain over thousands of hours of time. So that's one thing that you can get caught in the simulator, because it affords you the ability to jump into any plane at any time at any skill level. And if you're having problems, with a particular airplane, that's totally fine, given that you're jumping into a complex airplane with little to no training on it, on top of all of the regulatory stuff and just like the regular flying things that you would normally know. on top of how to handle the plane itself. Can you show us the constant speed prop, how you work it
I'm sorry,
with
verify
manifold
you said
pressure?
you're on the west or east rim?
Yeah, we're on PilotEdge right now.
West Parking.
Old gaming guy.
73 whiskey, do me a favor and kind of.
Yeah, so the constant speed prop is this blue lever, and it
132.25. Thank you.
regulates the speed of the prop.
5 Bravo Juliet,
So you
runway
lower the
25, clear to land.
RPM of the prop, it's going to stick there no matter how much manifold pressure you give it. And manifold pressure is kind of the equivalent of prop. So that's what's opening up the intake and
Number 1 Gulf contact, SoCal approach.
torque. Basically, it's increasing the torque while the prop remains at a constant speed. And whatever the POH recommends for cruise, you just pull that back to a certain RPM. If it's 2,300 RPM, like 23 squared is kind of a typical setting for a plane like this. So you bring that back to 2,300 and you move the manifold pressure back, the throttle back to 23 inches, and there's
John Wayne Ground, Diamond 1
squared.
1973 whiskey is at the west.
We're descending right now. We're almost in there.
Traffic work with X-ray.
Rosenberg, happy
973 whiskey, John Wayne Ground, way 20 right at Kilo.
Happy Tuesday, man. What's up?
20 right, via Kilo, Bravo via Kilo, 1973 whiskey.
773 whiskey, verify it's an intersection departure, so runway 20 right
BD
at
Shorts,
Kilo.
thank you very much for following. Welcome aboard.
Taxi via Bravo Kilo to 20 right at Kilo, 1973 whiskey.
Thank you, sir.
There's Torrance in the Sea of Gray.
Cherokee 364, radar service terminated. Remain on beacon code and contact Torrance Town 133.07. Good night.
3307. We'll keep the code at Cherokee 83364. We'll see you.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Below minimums. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Brosenberg. Below, thank you very much, sir. Brosenberg, welcome. Yo! Torrance Tower, good evening. Cherokee 83364. Information whiskey just over the Long Beach Harbor. Touch and go. We're going to be heading southeast on the go.
Cherokee 3364, Torrance Tower. Make sure runway 29 right, runway 29 right, clear touch and go, southeast bound departure crew.
We'll be straight in 29 right, clear touch and go, 29 right, Cherokee 83364. Thanks.
Holy S, dude.
Holy S is a pretty good one. And that is actually from the first flight that Brad and I went on. That's from the Catalina trip. Getting shot off the frickin' aircraft carrier. Holy S, dude. I kind of like let's go. Let's go. Let's go somewhere else. I'm going to be flying smaller planes a lot more when 2020 comes up for flight sim. Yeah, it's not actually FSX, it's X-Plane 11, but they just everyone that streams X-Plane 11, we just kind of use FSX as kind of a catch-all because it's a lot easier for discovery for people that are looking for flight sim that might not know that X-Plane 11 exists. So, don't you adjust the manifold pressure first before adjusting the speed during certain times? It really depends on the plane. I would say a lot of the time, no. Not in the Bonanza. In the Bonanza on takeoff, you pull the prop back before touching the manifold, and on arrival, you pull back the manifold without touching the prop at all. So it just depends on how the plane likes to be flown, and that just depends on, whatever the POH says. I mean, they all have procedures and checklists for...
Yeah, like 3 minutes or so, that'd be great. Thank you.
Number 1 Echo for proof, just let me know when you're back.
Will do.
Diamond Star 73
phases of
Whiskey,
flight.
please make sure
So-
you're squawk mode C on the taxiways.
973 Whiskey.
Can you fly this plane Atlantic?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me sure.
A couple of those are still pretty quiet.
500.
Make this a nice one.
1 mile final runway 29 right.
All right, this is actually perfect right here. It's just descending nicely. Torrance is totally flat. Sweet. Where the hell?
John
Torrance
Wayne
is?
Tower.
Torrance is gone and LAX is
1973
gone.
Whiskey is at 20 right at Kilo for pattern work with X-ray.
Diamond Star 1973 Whiskey, John Wayne Tower, way 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff. Make right traffic and report midfield each time.
Make right traffic and report midfield.
Hello.
Midfield 173 Whiskey.
Sweet.
Yeah, Circle Epic. Once I want to go, we are
Found it.
Epic 1 and go.
Thanking you.
Yeah, where did my Torrance go?
Cherokee 364, do you want to continue flight following?
Affirmative. We're going to be heading back to John Wayne, Cherokee 83364.
Cherokee 364, SoCal approach 128.1, good day.
All right, SoCal approach 281, Cherokee 364. See ya. Happens fast, eh? Okay, since I don't have COM 2 working here.
That happens fast, eh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jeez. Information X-ray. SoCal approach, good evening, Cherokee 83364, 1,500, climbing 2,500 just off Torrance.
Cherokee 3364, SoCal approach 8 is X-ray, altimeter 2988, radar contact.
We've got information X-ray at John Wayne, Cherokee 83364. Alright, up to 2,500. Happens fast, eh? Jeez. I love the G's at the end, too. That happens fast, eh?
Vector spray with
Jeez.
ground, Moody A1649er, request clearance.
That happens fast, eh?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Moody 81649er, big still, clearance on request.
Getting back into flying on the 29th. Nice, man. Congratulations.
What's our vector, Victor?
What's up, flight? Happy Tuesday. Garbage day has come and gone. Now the amazing, beautiful arrival into John Wayne. My favorite thing about flying is flying into John Wayne. Thank you to those that joined the Discord.
Moody 81649, clear the Camarillo Airport, flight runway heading.
Mad
Radar
Dog.
vectors to Gorman,
Thank you very much,
Mile.
Mad Dog,
Maintain 3,000,
for
expect
joining the
10,000,
Discord
when
family.
you're in taxi
Welcome.
departure.
Welcome aboard.
Departure frequency 118.8, squawk 6 tree.
Crappy hotel Wi-Fi today?
05.
Where you at, man?
Clear Camarillo Airport, radar runway heading, radar vector to Gorman, then as follows, 3,000, then 10,000, 10 minutes after departure, 18.8, squawk 6305, A1649.
Mooney 81619, read back correct. Diamond Star 73 Whiskey, runway 20 right, clear, touch and go.
Diamond 1973 Whiskey, cleared 20 right, touch and go.
Okay, so the world objects are looking pretty good. So a little light on the frames, but not too bad. Not too bad. This is a pretty nice flight.
Epic 18 Golf contact Los Angeles Center.
Do you have a full setup for your sim or just the joystick? I've got the joystick and throttle, rudder pedals, and the radio stack with some light switches and stuff. I've kept it very lean. Bailey, thank you very much for the host. Yeah, I've kept it really lean on hardware for space considerations and just overall simplicity. So it's not much. You don't need
Epic 1718 Golf, Los Angeles Center.
to have fun and learn a lot.
2988.
Tony, thank you very much for the host.
Bakersfield ground, Mooney A1649er, had an information kilo, request a taxi.
Mooney 81619, Bakersfield ground, runway 30 right, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
30 right.
CBG? What is that?
A1649.
I don't know what that is. So probably not, I'm guessing. Below minimums, thank you for the host as well. Captain Bird Girl? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Southwest 1186, LA Center, good evening.
The manifold pressure? If you want... Would you... Will you, is that what you're talking about? Will you ever be in a situation where you need to increase the manifold pressure before the prop?
27 via Charlie, FedEx 756.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it just depends on the plane. Like we leave the Bonanza's left at the prop is left where it's at. So in a go around, you go full manifold pressure and don't touch the prop. It's got, in that plane's case, it has the power to go with the prop pulled back. So it would just depend. It just depends on the plane. There's no like, and I'm not high performance complex rated yet, but it just depends on the plane. In this thing, you're going to want to have the prop full forward before you land, because if you're with 200 horsepower, you're going to need everything you can get. When you decrease first, then change the speed of the prop. Yeah, it works both ways. Like when you're taking off, when we're climbing out, manifold pressure is all the way up, pull the prop back. When you're coming into land, leave the prop where it's at and lower the manifold pressure. In a plane like this, before you land, you're going to increase the manifold, the RPMs, and then pull back the manifold pressure to have as much power available on a go around. Yeah, it just depends on the plane that you're flying, H1. So if you have a particular plane in mind, go look at the checklist and you can see exactly what they recommend, what what
Walking 234,
order they recommend
Clear
you
to
do
Hawthorne
it.
Airport, Cathedral 1 departure. Palm Springs.
What do you mean
Victor
the
388
way
Paradise.
back?
Then as file.
The manifold.
Maintain 7,000,
pressure.
expect
So you can leave.
0,000, 10 minutes after departure.
Yeah, you can leave the RPMs where you can leave the prop where it's at, and then pull the manifold pressure back. Or you can leave the manifold pressure high and pull the RPMs back.
Climb maintain 7,000, expect 10,000 centimeters after departure frequency.
Yeah, just follow the POH. Yeah, it's exactly what flight said. There's complicated stuff going on, but just follow what the POH says. It's not.
Diamond Star 7 Tree Whiskey, runway 20 right, clear, touch and go.
It doesn't have to be that complicated. Complicated things are happening behind the scenes, but none that you really have to.
Clear, touch and go. 1973 Whiskey.
Cherokee 364, contact John Wayne Town 126.8.
268 Cherokee 83364. See ya.
Big departure squad, only A1649er, 1,400, 43 south.
Mooney A1649er, Bakersfield departure, ready to contact, climb maintain 10,000.
Can I maintain 10,000, A1619er?
Southwest 1186, set to maintain, follow 240.
Joey Tower, good evening, Cherokee 83364. Information Whiskey inbound, Huntington Beach Pier, full stop.
Cherokee 83364, John Wayne Tower, and a right downwind runway 20 right.
Right downwind 20 right, Cherokee 83364. Request long landing, please.
Cherokee 364 on request.
Burbank ground 159 at Millionaire. We're ready to exit Oscar.
Mooney 619, turn left to Rag Foreman.
Left turn to
constant speed props, variable pitch props,
169,
complex airplane. The blue knob makes it louder if you push it forward, makes it quieter if you pull it back. That's how Brad would describe it. Make noise, make less noise. Make noise, make less noise.
Southwest 1186, contact Los Angeles 7134.
Just follow the POH. Golden. Alright, lights are on. Mixture is full rich. Prop is coming up. Speaking of. Back to beautiful marine layerless.
Los Angeles Center, cross Fuzzy, to maintain 16,000. Las Vegas altimeter 2983. Cherokee 83364, runway 20 right, clear to land, long landing approved.
Clear to land 20 right, Cherokee 364, thanks. And Joey Tower, Cherokee 83364, request short approach as well.
Approved. Cherokee 364, that's approved.
Alright, long landing, short approach approved, Cherokee 364, thanks. Okay. We're going to keep it inside the grass. Trim, 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 trim.
Trim.
Big Screw ground, check 458 for
Little
At the transient
tiny
VA park,
overshoot
ready
there.
taxi to the active with information kilo.
Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it flying. Yes.
Number 458 November.
Oh, that's
Delta
awesome looking right there.
Just verify that you're actually loaded into Bakersfield Airport. I don't see an airplane there.
Yeah, let me
That
check.
should be good right there.
Say again where you are on the field.
Nice. Flaps. Sweet.
Jackie 364, taxi to parking with me. Have a nice day.
Parking with you, Cherokee 364. Have a great night. See ya.
Number 458 November Delta Bakersfield.
Whoa!
Ground.
Found it.
Hello.
Found the ground.
Found the ground eventually.
Yeah, hey, I apologize. I loaded at Bakersfield Municipal. I'm getting reloaded over to CFL.
Sweet. We made it all the way around without any GPS help. How about that?
Burbank Tower, Rocket 69, holding short, runway 1 pat.
And we'll kill the avionics. Turn everything off. Kill the engine as we're rolling. And there we go. Yeah, I think the Discord will be a good resource for you. You can answer all kinds of questions.
Vessel 176, turn right, hotel, kind of ground.
Right at hotel, contact the ground. See ya.
Let me show the last landing here on where is it? Final. This is from
Hey everybody, I'm Bill.
the new
Welcome
video.
to
Yep. And that landing, that exact landing that we just did. So this is the real life version of it.
364.
364 is approved.
It's approved. It's my favorite words ever is short approach, long landing approved. This is the money saver landing. Sunset's getting better and better.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill. Look at Chad's face. It's so funny.
Not yet.
Tower, citation 96 Delta Delta, left base, 20 right.
Not yet.
Citation 96 Delta Delta, Johnny Tower, 20 right, clear the lane.
20 right to the land, 96 Delta Delta.
Still flying.
Keep it going.
Cherokee 364, turn right, whatever, kind of ground, 120.8.
Right when able, ground 20.8, Cherokee 364. See ya.
Taxi instructions before landing. You got the Chad glasses?
Ground Cherokee 83364, clear 20 right at Delta Park J's.
Cherokee 8264.
So that is the real world version. God, I love doing that. I
James,
love
Cherokee.
doing the real stuff in the sim. It's so much fun. Sunset. Yeah, no, I don't screw around with sunrises, man. Heck no. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking this out with me.
Hey, bird. Whoa, buddy.
Night stream, eh?
Night stream. I'm looking for a night stream. Vertical Line Pilot, Vertical Line. Thank you for joining the Discord, as well as Hotel 16 Bravo 12. I have not figured that out yet. I've got over 80 hours. I'll call you H1. So still on the low end, but it's creeping up there. But yeah, thank you guys for sticking this out with me. It was fun. So Thursday, we are going to do a virtual fly-in at French Valley. I will be flying this from here, and we'll just kind of hang out in the pattern, do some pattern work. We'll probably do some like short field landing competition stuff, maybe. Yeah, definitely not an airline pilot. We'll do some short field landing stuff. Just kind of hang out and maybe fly around local, do like a formation flight somewhere. Do something kind of fun. So if you want to join on PilotEdge, preferably X-Plane, just so we have everything matching. I've got the GPB 500 John Wayne and French Valley in case you're interested. But that will be on Thursday, hopefully closer to the usual like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock start time. I'm stoked as well. Stole competition at Fallbrook. Yeah, we could do a stole at Fallbrook. Yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a warm Saturday, but it's going to be very fun, and I look forward to ramping it up with you guys on Thursday. So thank you very much for watching and joining the Discord and all that stuff. Please say hello to this guy, Torbinator. Tell him that I said hello. And you guys have a great rest of your night. We'll see you in the Discord. See ya!